What is going on, you guys? This is Dion Donovan with another behind the scene podcast episode. This is going to be my official Blerdcon 2021 comic haul, and this is just basically a collection of the books that I bought at Blerdcon just to showcase my support as a comic book fan and also as an indie creator. I know how it is to try to sell your books and to sell your ideas and characters to audience that may not be looking for that potentially. So those guys, I give credit for them for putting the work out and for creating these books and to showcasing their ideas and their projects in a convention scene where we're supposed to give them the utmost respect and support, because let's face it, if we don't create it, if we don't own it, then what good does it do for us? You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was very important to put my money where my mouth is, buy a lot of the books from the creators, and a lot of them I've seen on social media. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first book I want to get into is Crescent City Monsters. Now, this was a title that I actually became aware of through the Paperbacks and Soundtracks podcast. Shout out to the Ciabatta boys. Those guys be doing a good job out there. But yeah, this was a title that I first heard about on a podcast, and it was just weird, man. I was just walking by the vendor's alley and I was just like, oh shit, there's Crescent City Monsters right in front of me. This is definitely a title I've been hearing good things about and wanted to check out for a little while now. So I'm glad I was actually able to get it. The creator was pretty cool, and we talked for a bit. We hemmed it up for a little bit, and this is definitely a series that I'm interested in. I'll be doing a review for issue 1 and issue 2 soon. Now, this book is a little bit different because the creators were giving this away for free, and they were trying to find a way to promote their series. The comic book company is called Anywhere But Here Comics, and the book is called Night. So I have no expectations for this. The artwork looks pretty cool, and the premise, from what I've seen just flipping through the pages, looks like a pretty decent comic book horror story. So gotta give these guys some credit, man, because what better way to promote your book than giving people a free sample. I think they will be doing a crowd funding campaign in the foreseeable future, so definitely check this one out. Interested in it. This one's called The Cloud Network by Fontroy Comics. Excuse me if I'm saying that wrong, but this one caught my eye by the simple premise of it being sort of like a joke. It's a comedy between a relationship between God and humans and the devil. And the Cloud Network is kind of like angels and God and devil made a kind of like the beginnings of man and created a cloud network for us to communicate with him. So it sounds pretty interesting, and the artwork itself was pretty simplistic. It's a pretty fun looking book. Not gonna lie, it's got pretty clean look. It's got a pretty clean, simplistic style, almost like something you would see like from a Pixar or Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or something like that. So this one looks pretty interesting and looks pretty funny. Now, this one was a Haymaker because this is the famous, I'm sorry if I'm butchering this name, but Isnana, the were spider, I believe is what the name of it, Isnana. I'm sorry, I'm bad at this, but yeah, this was a title that I've seen floating around the internet ever since I really got into the whole indie comic scene and creating scene. This is just one of those titles that keep popping up in indie comics lists of best black comic books out there, one of the best indie titles out there. So I was really excited to see it at the actual Blerdcon dealer's room, and I knew immediately I had to snag this because the reputation by itself was like an automatic must buy. Alright, so this next book is near and dear to my heart because I'm a big time Power Ranger, Super Sentai, Tokusatsu fan, and this one is called Okemus by TJ Sterling. And big shout out to him because as a big time Toku fan, just seeing tokusatsu series, like a Black Power Ranger type series from our perspective, is really, really dope. I think the character designs look really, really cool. Yeah, they're really sharp. They're really sharp looking. This is definitely something I love to see live action. I've seen a lot of Super Sentai seasons and Power Ranger seasons, and the designs in some of these books is just crazy. It's definitely, if you are a Power Ranger fan, I know Boom is killing it right now with their series, but you're looking for, you know, anything else that might intrigue you in terms of like Big Back Beetleborgs or the Kamen Rider per se, this will definitely give you your fill. So I'm excited that I got this series, because it's, come on now, it's tokusatsu from our perspective, and I really, really, really dig that, and it's really inspired me for me to, you know, maybe do a Toku series myself in the future. So big shout out to TJ Sterling for being there and just producing the work. I was looking forward to buying his Joystick Angels series that was on Kickstarter. Missed it, but I'll definitely order it online at some point, because that looked like a really cool series. That looked like kind of like a video game arcade culture version of like Guardians of the Galaxy. So wanted to get Joystick Angels, wasn't there, but Okemus definitely is going to hold it down for me. I got, how many issues here? I got as many issues as I could. Got them all signed. Was really excited to see this, because this is, again, another series I've seen float around on the internet, and I definitely wanted to give it a shot. Now this is another Haymaker, because I found this at Marcus Freeman and Greg Burnham's table. Noir is the new Black. Noir stories from Black creators. Say no more. Say no more, because this thing is just chock full of interesting stories and great artwork, and just a lot of Brandon Thomas written story, like just a lot of Haymakers in this book. Just a crap ton, man. So this is like literally the best of the best writing stories in the noir genre. So had to cop this. Actually didn't really hear too much about this on the internet. I think I've seen one or two posts about it. It looked intriguing, but I was glad I found it in person and got it. Alright, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, because we have the Search For Sadiqah, I believe is the name of this title, and it's by Greg Burnham. And yeah, this was on Kickstarter. I missed this. I heard really good things about this online, and hey, the artwork on this is phenomenal. I mean, the artwork, the premise, the character design looks pretty cool. She looks really good. A badass teenage warrior. This is more what we need right here. This is some really fantastic work. This really should be kind of like in my opinion, like the equivalent of our Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is some really fantastic. I love the panel layouts. Just flipping through it, everything is just so clean. It's crisp. This was like, yeah, I had to buy it at his table. And Greg Burnham was really cool. He talked it up. I talked it up with him for a bit, and yeah, he's doing phenomenal work. Him and Marcus Freeman. Someone should cosplay as her already, or these guys. You know, they're really good designs. They're really cool. I really dig the art style. It's just like, man, it is crazy. Like, this should be at Scholastic. Like, this is any, you know, anyone who wants to see just a badass teenage warrior drama, you know, like a YA type deal. This is it right here. This is it. I don't know how people can buy that damn, what's her face, that new Star Wars New Republic character. That shit looks boring as fuck, but this is where it's at. Definitely was so happy to grab this, and I just bought it just upon the first impression and the character designs and the artwork. This looked like a phenomenal book. I was very glad I found this. And finally, we got the famous Tuskegee Heirs, Volume 1 by Marcus Freeman. And I mean, say no more, because yeah, just character designs, the artwork, the premise of that Tuskegee Airmen tradition being continued in like a cool, almost like an anime manga style, like Gundam, teenage group of teenagers just using, airplanes as mecha and having weapons and using martial arts and having piloting skills. This right here should be already on Cartoon Network in my opinion, but someone's gonna make that happen. Yeah, this is a no-brainer right here. This is a no-brainer. My only regret is that I should have bought Volume 2 and I didn't, so I definitely be buying that soon. I mean, this is like, we need to be cosplaying this. This right here, we need to be spreading the word and just having some. This is something definitely to have some pride in, and this is just good for any collector who's looking for something that's new, something that's a little bit fresh, something that's not like, like what, Marvel's Champions. Fuck that book. What else out there? I won't say nothing about Miss Marvel. I think Miss Marvel's alright, but other titles like that, man. This is where it's at. Don't be bothering with that other bullshit. So that's kind of my comic haul for Blerdcon. I had a great time. Big shout outs to all the comic creators out there. Big shout outs to all the comic fans out there who are actually buying comic books they actually enjoy and want to read or entertain, and not just being all manga and anime are the best and comic books are dying and there's nothing good in Marvel DC. It's like, look, man, they got they got good stuff out there. Y'all just gotta go out and find it, and y'all just like to complain just to complain. So big shout out to the comic fans, the comic book heads out there, and until next time, peace.